Hey everybody, this is going to be my last video directly regarding Blade Show. And what I want to do is kind of give you a rookie perspective of somebody that went to Blade Show and what I would do different or what I learned from my first time. Now, I've only been there once, so I don't know everything, but just some ideas I jotted down that maybe will help you guys if you guys go to Blade Show. Either Blade Show West coming up or Blade Show next year, to the big one in Atlanta. So the first thing I would do, and this is what I did, and I didn't really do it right, but I would, this kind of gave me an idea, is beforehand I picked out 4 or 5 different knife makers that I wanted to see first off, just to get there. You know, I had my pocket full of money and I didn't want to get out of there without spending some money on stuff that I'd seen from them. And so, you know, Leon Ma was one of them. Of course, Andrew Demko was one of them. I wanted to go see Hinderer stuff and a couple others I had written down. But those were definitely guys I wanted to get in there and see, and I didn't want to waste any time before I got there. You know, not just time, but money. You know, just say I spent the money I had for a Demko or a Leon Ma and end up not being able to get that. So I wanted to get those out of the way. And that's what kind of a plan of attack I had, was to start there. And then after that, I kind of went to some of the different booths that I wanted to see. I wanted to see Medford's booth and see what his stuff was about. And of course, it was just really amazing, humongous, over powerful stuff. And some different guys like that. And then spend your time at the smaller tables looking at some of the custom stuff, because I found some really cool stuff that I wouldn't have known about if I hadn't spent some time there. So take your time, spend your time there. And once you get to these tables, buy the knives that you can't live without. Don't buy the knives that I'm 70% sure. There are so many knives there that they're going to speak to you. These knives are going to talk to you, and they're just going to be like this Freeman. Just once I picked it up, all these knives, once I picked them up, I just knew it was going to be one of those things where it wasn't going to be the same. My knife world wasn't going to be the same without it, and that's what these were. Don't get talked into the 60 or 70% like it knives, or, oh man, you know, you'll really love this once it breaks in, or anything like that. Find the knives, especially if you're on a finite budget. Whether it doesn't matter if you're on a humongous budget, you still have a finite budget, and just get the ones that are really the ones you like. And that's the whole thing about this thing. There's so many knives out there. There are so many knives that you're going to find something that speaks to you. You're going to find several somethings that speak to you. So don't get talked into something that you're not crazy about. It's like a car. It's like going car shopping. Don't get talked into something. You know, maybe you like this, but you don't like the black blade. Well, don't buy it. Don't spend your money on that. Maybe you like this blade, but you don't like this handle. Well, then why get it? There's going to be something out there that's just going to be the perfect combination for you. All right. Another thing, it's really going to be tough to do, and it was kind of tough for me, which is weird, because I'm usually not like this, is don't get caught up in being upset about the things you can't afford. Don't get over there. Like, I saw the Decepticon, and I picked it up, and oh my goodness, it was so awesome. But I just didn't have the money to buy a $2,200 knife. And instead enjoy the fact that you got to hold a $2,200 knife. That's what I enjoyed. That's why it's turned my attitude around. I enjoyed the fact that I got to put my hands on this $2,200 awesome knife that was about as light as a bird's feather, and just amazing. That's a great knife, by the way. If you're going after something huge like that, that's a great knife. And then I went to the Shirogorov table, and same thing there, $1,200–1,300. I didn't have the money for that, but it was still amazing. It was still amazing to get to put your hands on. Some of these, I saw this guy had $1,100 like monster choppers. Just beastly knives. But that's not what I was looking for at that time, and I didn't have that kind of money to spend on one knife, and that's not what I wanted. So don't get caught up on what you can't afford as much as the fact that, hey, get to check this stuff out, and there will be stuff you can't afford because you got all these people over there selling stuff, and a lot of them have good deals, especially the smaller custom folks and the folks that aren't with huge companies. Sunday's a good day to get good deals. I'm just saying, Sunday. I'm not saying wait till Sunday, but if you're there Sunday, you might catch a good deal. But don't get caught up in people that have the things that you can't have. It's not any fun if you do that. You might as well stay home because there's going to be a bunch of stuff you can't get. Meet the people. That's my next thing. Get out there and meet folks. I met all these awesome makers and awesome guys and people, and then I had conversations with strangers and I met some people that from Instagram. I wish I'd met more people from YouTube, and that's going to lead into a different thing. But just get out there and meet folks. I mean, you're there. It's like that old video. Remember the girl, and she's flying around. She's a bee, and Blind Melon video, I think, and she doesn't. And then she gets into the field of bees, and she's there with all her people. That's what this is. You're with the bee people now. You're with all thousands of people that love knives like you do. Get out there and don't be afraid to talk to somebody. Several people just walked up, started talking to me about, oh yeah, I got that knife, or hey man, what do you think about this knife? And it was really cool to meet folks and just kind of get out of your shell, get out of your comfort zone, and be out there with a bunch of people. I mean, why watch these videos? Why be on Facebook? Why get on Instagram and see all this stuff, and then you get out there and you just don't want to meet people and be around people? I think we all want to be around these folks that think a lot like us and that like this hobby / obsession of ours. And so take pictures, take pictures of everything, stuff that's going to remind you of this awesome time you had. I mean, we all plan about going next year, but maybe there's not going to be next year. Maybe there's going to be a year after, whatever. Take pictures. It's awesome out there. It's a lot of fun. It's like Disneyland for knife people. Friends, if I have to do this again, when I do this again, I'm going to make plans ahead of time for all of us to meet somewhere specifically at a certain time, because the whole, hey, I'll run into you there, hey, maybe we can do something later, maybes and hey, we'll run into each other, those don't happen. It just does not happen. I mean, I was searching, and me and my whole family were searching for Frankie and Bird the whole time we were there, and we saw them one time going in the hotel. It was kind of like Bigfoot. We kind of thought we saw him in the parking lot once, and then at the end we finally got to meet him. So if you're planning on talking to people and you want to have a group setting, get together, plan it. Say, hey, Friday night is the night we're going to go over here, and we're all going to sit around and eat and have drinks and whatnot, and visit and talk about the swag we picked up. Or Saturday's our day over here. You got to make concrete plans, or it's just not going to happen. It's going to fall through, and you're just going to miss out on that aspect of it. And I really did. That was one thing I missed out on, was getting to meet a lot of people from the channel or from Facebook. But I'm gonna make up for that at West, and hopefully next year. Start planning now. Start planning your vacation now. If you can start getting your hotels reserved now, they're going to start filling up. Definitely anything within walking distance is going to start filling up in the next 6 months or so, and you're going to want to have that option of picking where you want to go. If you can get into the one right there at Cobb Galleria, then shoot, you need to do that, because that's awesome. But just start planning now. Start squirreling away your pennies and dollars and making, choices because you're going to get out there and you're going to want the money in your pocket, and you're going to want that option to pick up stuff that you like, that you don't have the chance to now. I'm telling you, you're going to see knives that you thought you were going to love, and you're not going to love them. I saw a bunch of them that way. Like, oh, that's so disappointing in my hand. And then later you're going to grab something that you might not have, and then you just realize, like this one, I didn't even know about this one, and then I picked it up, and then it spoke to me, and now it's mine forever. So make your plans now. Start doing that now. It's only a couple hours, but get those early bird tickets to get in there before everybody else does. There's some, like the Microtech, Blade Show specific Ultratechs that they start selling. You're gonna miss out on that. You're gonna miss out on some different things. Get in there before everybody does and just kind of check everything out if you want to. It might be worth it for a early bird ticket to get in there a couple hours early. So that's pretty cool, and you don't have to wait out in line. That's 1.5 miles long. Holy heck, that line. That was crazy. And most of all, just have fun. You can just get out there, have fun, take it easy. Don't wear yourself out on the first day or the first 2 days, because there's always Sunday. And just enjoy yourself. That's the biggest thing. But I just want to make this video. You know, this is my look back at Blade Show and what could have made it better, what I would have done different, and what I did do right. So get over to Facebook. We can talk about Blade Show over there, and we can talk about whatever knives you want to over there, because that's what we do over there. And I guess that'll be it, and I will talk to y'all later. Oh, and this is a quick addendum. You need to bring snacks and water in your little backpack. Bring a backpack so you can carry all your swag and knives. And unless you want to spend a Kershaw for, you know, cheese fries or whatever, or Chick-fil-A every time you go out to the hallway, bring you some water. Bring 1 bottle of water and then refill it at the water fountain. And bring you some little snacks to carry you on. And you know what? And if you got one of those little 3-legged hunting stool things, yeah, thank me later for bringing any kind of small chair you could sneak into your backpack, because there are no places to sit over there. There are a few, and they're locked down. So I don't know why they don't want you sitting down. I'm telling you, I had like at least $2,000. Well, not $2,000, but I would have spent a lot more money if I hadn't been so tired. Of course, if you're in good shape, you don't have to worry about it too much. But I'm just saying, if you're looking for a place to sit down, you're not going to find it. So bring yourself some snacks, bring yourself a little chair if you can. My mom travels all around Europe and China and stuff, and she's got this little 3-legged stool that she just plops out in the middle of anywhere. She gets tired, so you might want one of those. All right, I think that's it. And now I will talk to y'all later.